Is it possible to stay healthy as a consultant? Here are 5 ways I turned it around after gaining 15 pounds my first year. The average management consultant gains 10 pounds in their first year working as a management consultant. Is this avoidable, or are you just doomed to be unhealthy as a management consultant?
You're kidding, right?
Well, in this video, I want to walk you through how I was able to stay healthy as a management consultant. Well, when I mentioned that I stayed healthy during my time as a management consultant, I actually failed during my first 12 months. During my first 12 months as a management consultant, even though I heard that the average management consultant had gained about 10 pounds, I gained like 15 pounds. I was pretty bad. It wasn't until I figured out how to actually live a healthy lifestyle as a management consultant that I started to figure out how I can both be a management consultant, but also be healthy at the same time. And the good news is that what I'm going to tell you on this video, you can actually use even if you're not a management consultant and you're just casually going on with life and traveling. So as a management consultant, you're going to be working a lot of hours. In fact, you're going to be working anywhere between 45 to 70 hours per week. On top of that, a lot of the projects you work on also involves travel. You're going to be traveling a lot away from your routine, eating unhealthy food. So how do you actually stay healthy? Well, you'll find out in this video. Number 5 involves traveling. So whenever you're traveling as a management consultant, one of the things that I learned to do is to pick a hotel that's close to client site. So a lot of my friends, a lot of my peers and colleagues, they'll pick a hotel that has the biggest perks, the biggest points, one that have benefits, or maybe a nice buffet. But for me personally, I loved it when I could find a hotel that was near the client site. And oftentimes, unless I'm going in the middle of nowhere, there's going to be a lot of options. And I always pick the one that is closest. I do this for 2 reasons. One is that it allows me shorter distance between the client site and the hotel, so I can actually sleep in more. Sleep is very important for staying healthy. Also, second, that time that I get back, I can actually use to go to the gym. So a lot of the hotels that I book, I want to make sure that I'm able to have access to the gym. In fact, when I'm checking into a hotel, I actually ask the receptionist if I'm able to get the room on the same floor as the gym. That way I walk past the gym. I have no excuse either in the morning or in the evenings to go to the gym. So are there times when you're traveling and the hotel doesn't have a fitness center? And when I find that happens, what I do is I actually bring with me these bands here. These are TRX bands here. So I just attach these to the door and I'll just do some workouts there. So you don't have to be as extreme as me. Like you can literally just go running around the gym and so forth. But I always like to say that I'm healthy. That's method number 5 is I like to pick a hotel that's near the client site, ideally with a gym. Method number 4 involves improving your sleep and doing this with a sleep mask. When you're working as a management consultant, you're going to be traveling to different parts of the world with different time zones, different lightings and so forth and noises. And so one thing I always found helpful was to have a sleep mask. So this is a sleep mask I use. This is a Mana sleep mask. It's basically a blackout sleep mask. What it basically means is that if I put it on, it's just, I can't see any of the lights and I could just be quickly knocked out. So I can actually use these on the plane, on the Uber ride, or just on the hotel itself. I love these because it helps me get really nice sleep when there's no lights that's affecting me. So for example, I don't want to go into a situation where I'm in a hotel room and outside there's just so many lights, like for example, a project in Vegas or LA, and then I can't sleep. So I always find that these sleep masks really help me. Method number 3 is staying hydrated. So a lot of times when you're working on a client site, you're traveling, or even if you're just in your home office working through PowerPoint slides, is that you're gonna forget to drink water. And so the quick way that I found about this is just to get a water bottle. And in fact, I like water bottles that have a water filter at the top. That way, if I'm in a city where, for example, the tap water has more chlorine or something in it, it'll just filter it out and I can just drink it normally. In fact, I should probably drink one right now because it's full. So as you can see here, having water just accessible in between meetings, a lot of times you're just running from meeting to meeting, you forget to drink. So I always like to set a goal that if I am having a meeting, I will finish a third of the water naturally, and then finish another third. If I go to lunch, I'll finish a whole bottle and so forth. This helps me stay hydrated throughout the whole day. The second method for staying healthy is I like to carry with me a snack pack. The reason for that is that when you're traveling and you're doing a lot of consulting work is sometimes you get hungry. And let's say the client site offers you Snickers bars. You're probably going to want to grab those Snickers bars. But I try to find healthy solutions. During my first year, I would just go on all these companies and they would have like these nice cafeterias. I would just order a lot of food. I would just literally order ramen. I would candy bars and so forth. And of course, I gained weight. But what I found later on is that if I carry a snack pack with me and it has really healthy foods, I'm less tempted. So for example, this is like my snack pack that I'm currently traveling right now. If you can't tell from the back, the door, the hotel and everything, is the example. I have these flapjacks that are protein based. So anytime I'm hungry, I just open one of these like a cookie, I just eat it. And then I'm less tempted to, for example, eat something that's not healthy. So healthy snack pack, I definitely recommend. So that's method number 2. Number 1 is to pre-order your food. A lot of times when you are working in consulting and you're working long days, in the beginning of the day, you might feel like, you know what, for tonight, I want a salad with chicken. But then towards the end of the night, you're just like hungry, your sugar levels are low. You're like, oh, I just want that burger. Add some bacon on it. And in fact, add some blue cheese on top of that so I can get a sugar craving. And can I get a chocolate smoothie on top of that as well? So what I found is that during the beginning of the week, if I know where I'm going to eat, if I'm ever on the client side or in the office, I try to pick the foods that are going to be healthy. So for example, when I was traveling to a site and we were traveling to a place that had a lot of different burgers, pizzas, Italian restaurants in that area, I would consciously plan for the team meals to be at least in a place where I knew I was healthy, and I would call up the restaurant and just pre-order my meal. Again, so my team can order whatever they want. But for me, I would just order that chicken salad because I know that if I don't order that chicken salad, by the time it comes, I'm probably going to want that double patty bacon with eggs and everything on it burger, which in the moment would be good, but long term wouldn't help me. So these are the methods that I use to stay healthy as a management consultant. And in fact, for anyone who's starting their career in management consulting, I actually give them the same advice as well, because there's a lot of people who I've been able to work with who want to maintain a healthy lifestyle, and they're worried that being a management consultant will take that away. So being a management consultant, you're going to be able to have this great, amazing career, but also at the same time, you can still stay healthy as well, as I've shown in this video. And so I'm curious, did you learn a new way of staying healthy as a management consultant? I'd love to hear it below. So for example, if you're like, hey, I'm going to carry a snack pack, put snack pack below. Or if you actually have another way that you're staying healthy as a management consultant, or just when you're traveling, I'd love to hear it, because I love finding new ways to stay healthy, especially when I'm traveling. So if you have a way that hasn't been mentioned in this video, definitely comment below, because all of us here can benefit from your knowledge.
If you're serious about becoming a management consultant, I'd love to help you. My team and I are former McKinsey, Bain, and BCG recruiters and interviewers who help applicants land interviews, prepare for their assessments, and pass the interviews so that they can land their offers at firms like McKinsey, Bain, BCG, and so many other amazing consulting firms. And for a limited time, you can access this training all for free. In it, we share with you the step-by-step proven process that has helped over 1,000 people land their consulting offers at some of the biggest firms in the world. And all you have to do to access this training is to check out the link below. And the proven method that you're going to learn in this workshop, we've used to help 90% of the people we work with land at least one consulting offer. In fact, many land multiple offers. And we're going to give it to you away for free. All you have to do to gain access to this is to check out the link below. Joining this workshop could put you one step closer to landing your dream consulting offer.